Armie Hammer is only good when he's sucking on cum. I go to Berghain and I don't get pissed on or eaten. Fuck, it's a bad night. Nazi wet dream. I don't think that was Musk film night. Immigrants are bad, white people are good, white man rise up, fight back, which is such a dangerous ideology.
I'm here to help you take that control back.
Welcome to the Still Show, people. Today, we are going to be talking about a new film that's out, Citizen Vigilante. An American man lives in a European country, and there's just refugees running wild. They're stabbing everyone, they're essaying everyone, talking loudly on the bus. Let's read one of the scenes in the film about how does Sanders, Armie Hammer's character, deal with this. Sanders calls the hospitalized Henry and tells him to inform the government that the public will not tolerate a takeover by the woke left and the Islamist extremists, and this will destroy democracy. He warns that the government must stop it or the people will do so themselves. Henry arranges to address the press if the Prime Minister will not listen to him. Jesus fucking Christ. What is going on in this film? Someone gets raped, someone talks loudly on the bus. That is now the fault of the woke left, apparently. That is the fault. There's someone in Europe going, I think we should have a socialized healthcare system and public transport shall be free. And Armie Hammer's character decides to tell the government through acts of violence that the public will not take this anymore and they're gonna murder everyone ever. This isn't a right-wing film. This is like a Nazi wet dream. And we're gonna have to bleep a lot of the words on this YouTube channel today. The new editor's sat in the room. I'm giving him a hell of a job to do. He's gonna be hitting that beep button a lot. So it's just a pissed off, angry man running around, murdering refugees who've committed crimes because the government, for some reason, keeps letting them free after they've committed. This is the storyline of the film. These immigrants commit crimes. The government goes, oh, well, they don't really speak the language. We'll give them one more chance. Because that's what happens in society. If you turn up to court after gang-raping someone and go, English no comprende, the judge goes, you've moved not only me, but the jury. Do you promise not to do it again? The only time people got let off for nearly committing SA was because Tommy Robinson turned up to the court filming it, which you can't do. There's laws against it, but he still got sent to jail. This is a film made by Uwe Boll, who's created some of the greatest films of all time. I believe it was Alone in the Dark, which if we read on his Wikipedia page, is described as one of the worst films ever made. But he's come back. Look, you know, as a comedian, you're only good as your last gig. I've had some gigs that go wrong. And I imagine it's the same when you direct a film. You have a stinker, and you go, okay, that didn't go the way I wanted it to go. I now want to make a better film. I'm going to make a film in a nondescript European country that is pro-fascism, pro-murder, anti-immigration, a call to arms in Europe that is already facing a dividing culture when instead of trying to make people come together, I'm going to make a film about a man who goes round killing immigrants who commit crimes and essaying people. And who better to do that than alleged cannibal with alleged SA charges, Armie Hammer. Maybe Armie Hammer was just going method for this role when he threatened to eat that woman. Maybe Armie Hammer is the greatest method actor of all time and went to catch someone who commits SA, you have to think like someone who does SA, and that's why he's got those allegations. And they are just allegations before his legal team. Now, Armie Hammer comes from the good and honest trade of a family that are involved in, I believe, oil. They're an oligarchy, a family of oligarchs. I believe his great-granddad murdered a man. So he comes from a good, tight family. Armie Hammer was in some fantastic films. Now he's in a film that is just there to piss off Muslims. He's in a really stupid film here to try and get... Imagine going, oh my God, my acting career is over. How do I get it back on track? How do I get back in Hollywood? I'm going to work with someone who is considered the worst director of all time in a film about just murdering, in a right-wing call to arms about murdering people. And maybe, just maybe, I might be in the next Marvel film. At worst, the DC universe. So Armie Hammer, who was in Call Me By Your Name, which is one of the greatest love films made in the last 10 years. It's a bit of queer cinema. The left make good queer cinema. We have to give the left that. They do. Some fantastic films out there. Paris is Burning, Femme, Call Me By Your Name, amazing. The right make good action films. I don't want to see a left-wing action. I want to see people being shot, being murdered, like Taken. That's what you want the right to make your action film. This isn't a right-wing film. Citizen Vigilante isn't a right-wing film. Let me be fair here. It is, I would argue, a accelerationist film. If you know anything about accelerationism, it's it's basically Nazi ideology. They have this idea called, they call it the Day of the Boogaloo, where there's going to be a race war and black people and ethnic minorities are going to win, but they're not able to govern themselves, so they won't be able to govern themselves. And this is what Charlie Manson believed. And white people are going to go hide in caves, and then we'll come out, and all the black people go, oh, thank God you're back. We couldn't work out how to run the system. We don't know how to manage traffic lights. Thank God you're here, whites. And then white people will reign supreme. Now, listen, we can all dream. It would be nice. But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. But this is a film that has promoted some incredibly dangerous ideologies in an already fractured time. The film is been put on X for free by Elon Musk. But there's nothing sum up society more at the minute. There's nothing sum it up more at the minute where a trillionaire is sharing a film that is inciting far right, and not even just far right, like extreme ideological violence against a group of people who fled a country because he feels like a victim. You can't just be a trillionaire. There's so much currency in being a victim at the minute. The black guys at his school who got on the basketball team and he really didn't know the butterfly effect they were doing for Elon Musk now to hate every race ever. I don't even think Elon Musk is racist. I think he hates the human race. He's transcended racism and just hates all of humanity. Him and Peter Thiel. Someone did something for them and I kind of admire that. And fair play to him, it's no longer direct to video, it's direct to X. He's made a film that hasn't even got, he's been affected by there's no longer the DVD market. His films no longer go direct to DVD. It goes direct to X where Elon Musk shares it, going, this is an important film to watch. It isn't an important film to watch. If you watch this film, you have wasted 90 minutes of your life you are never going to get back. So Uwe Boll has made some of the worst films of all time, and this is what you do. If you're really bad at art now, you just have to make films pandering to Nazis. Just make a film pandering to Nazis and you can have a career. This is the grit. If you've said you want to eat people and have SA allegation, you make a film where you go around murdering people who have SA'd someone, and people go, we need someone like this in real life. This is what we need. And you're like, no. The guy in the film who is killing the fictional people who have done these crimes is accused of committing these crimes. And they go, it's not a film, it's a documentary. It's quite literally a film. Most people who like this film don't have the cognitive ability to understand art. And that's why this film speaks to stupid. There are a bunch of people out there who watch films like American History X, which is a really important film that talks about cultural and class divide and race divide within America. Edward Norton character who believes deeply in this Nazi rhetoric, goes to prison, finds out that other Nazis in prison don't believe in the core of it what it is, and that it's all fugazi, it's all made up, and it's not real. He's then brutally assaulted by his own people, and he doesn't have help from his gang anymore. He's in prison. The black gang want to get him. They don't get him because a black guy has put a word in and saves him, and he finds out, oh my God, other people from different backgrounds are human beings and are nice too. Very simple film to follow. These people can't follow it and have him as their picture online because they go, he's a hero in that film. I want to be like Edward Norton in American History X, a deeply nasty, flawed character who goes on a journey and learns, but I didn't understand that. It's the same as when these idiots watch Fight Club. I want to be like Tyler Durden. No, you don't. The entire point of Fight Club is about how men, when they are downtrodden in class, go towards fascist and dangerous ideology because there's nothing there for them, which is what's happening in society now. Citizen Vigilante speaks to the kind of person who has an Edward Norton character as their profile picture because they don't understand cinema, and this is a very linear, very basic film that is just immigrants are bad, white people are good, white man rise up, fight back, which is such a dangerous ideology. When you look at the right across Europe, Anders Breivik, who went to and killed a load of left-wing kids in the Labour Party in Norway, I believe it was, went out there, massacred children. When you look at what far-right people have done in Europe, you have the Christchurch shooter. Both of these people bought into the white genocide belief system that has destroyed communities in Europe, New Zealand, and films like this are fucking dangerous. And I don't mind a dangerous film if it's good. I don't mind a film. I don't mind it. Listen, if you're going to make a film with a Nazi ideology, have some good acting. Armie Hammer needs to be in films like Call Me By Your Name. That's where he's good. Armie Hammer is good when he's eating jizz out of a peach, which is that's what he does in Call Me By Your Name. He eats a bit of jizz out of a peach. By the way, that film, let me just say this. If this film is going to upset Muslims, as this film should, it should upset everyone. I think Call Me By Your Name would have upset a few, conservative Islamists. I don't think they were showing it down the mosque. I don't think that was mosque film night. Call Me By Your Name, okay? Quite a haram film. Could you have imagined in 2017, after seeing Armie Hammer in that film, thinking the next career choices of his? There was a film coming out called, they did an adaptation of Death of Denial with him and Russell Brand. What a fucking loss for the studio that must have been. I think they had, who's the other Zionist lady? She's in Gal Gadot. So Gal Gadot, Armie Hammer, Russell Brand in a film. Oh, the studio didn't make any money back there. So let's see how the Hammers have got on through history. Let's start with his great-great-grandfather, Dr. Julius Hammer. Firstly, sick name. A Russian immigrant and prominent Communist Party member in the Bronx. In 1919, he was convicted of first-degree manslaughter and sent to Sing Sing prison after a Russian diplomat's wife died following a botched abortion. Okay, well, I'm sure the Hammers learnt from his mistake and cleared their family name. Armand Hammer, his great-grandfather, an oil tycoon, oh no, and chairman of Occidental Petroleum. So he comes from the good and honest industry of the petroleum trade, known for his vast wealth, ruthless business practices, and secret financial ties to the Soviet Union. He was convicted of making illegal, secret campaign donations during the Watergate scandal and was reportedly controlling and emotionally abusive towards his wife and mistress. I cannot believe someone from the Hammer family. You telling me a good, honest man from the Hammer family, the descendant of a man who killed a woman during a botched abortion, isn't being very nice to women? Julian Hammer. All Julian has to do here, not have murdered a person or made campaign donations during one of the biggest political scandals of all time, and the Hammers are in the clear. Let's see if he can do it. Do you think he's going to be able to do it, people? I haven't got high hope. In 1955, he fatally shot a man. Are you fucking kidding? At least the other two on the first lines hadn't killed anyone. He fatally shot a man in Los Angeles over a gambling debt, though the charges were ultimately dismissed amid allegations that Armand paid off the legal fees. Julian was also accused by his daughters, Cassie Hammer, of severe childhood abuse. There we go, killed a man and was horrible to women. Michael Armand, here we go, people. Here we go. Do we have faith that Michael Armand Hammer hasn't killed someone during an abortion, murdered a man, or been abusive to his wives and mistresses? Can he do it? I haven't got faith. Owner of Armand Hammer Productions, this is a good start, whose business dealings were later entangled in massive art forgery lawsuit involving a Nodler art gallery. We'll take that. We'll take it. He's only forged artwork. He didn't go, fuck it, I'll give an abortion a go. That's actually improvement. His son did then ask to eat a woman, but that's not Michael's fault. And it was a consent. It sounds pretty consensual that he asked to eat someone. He asked for consent, which is important. That's why Armie Hammer then teamed up with a German to make a film. Only a German wouldn't have a problem with someone wanting to eat someone. Wow, what is the problem? Yes, you come round, we eat a person, we have some cinema, have snacks, yeah. Whenever we go to Berghain, somebody got to get eaten. It's part of the if I go to Berghain and I don't get pissed on or eaten, it's a bad night. Citizen Vigilante, to sum up, is one of the most dangerous films possibly made this side of the century. Armie Hammer is nothing more than propaganda, far-right, dangerous Nazi propaganda. It is being backed by, I believe, some Zionist lobbies, some of the funding that has come from it, which is fucking shameful. As Jewish people, and as someone with Jewish heritage, you should know one of the most dangerous films ever made was a film called The Eternal Jew, made by Joseph Goebbels. It was backed by the Nazis, and it was put out there and shown in cinemas in Nazi Germany to promote a dangerous rhetoric of this is what Jewish people are. It is fucking scandalous that Armie Hammer has made this film carrying on this trend in this new age of dangerous Nazi fucking ideology against a group of people who fled a country. It is scandalous. It is disgusting. Would be very funny if it won an Oscar. Armie Hammer is only good when he's sucking on cum. This has been The Steel Show.